Good morning, students. This is Shafi from Thomas Medical College, Chitradurga. Welcome back to maths class again. In our previous class, we learned about the addition of vectors. In that, triangle of addition, vector addition, parallel law of vector addition, and properties also we have discussed, right? So in this class, we will discuss multiplication of a vector by a scalar. Okay. So what is meant by a multiplication of a vector by a scalar? Let lambda be a scalar, and a be any vector, then the product of lambda and a vector is lambda a vector is called multiplication of a vector by a scalar. See once again, let lambda be a scalar and a vector, and the vector a is any vector, then the product of we know the product is nothing but multiplication. The product of lambda and a vector is lambda a vector is called multiplication of a vector by a scalar. Okay. In this we have some note points. When you note down. The first point is magnitude of lambda a vector is equals to magnitude of lambda, magnitude of a vector. Magnitude of lambda vector is equals to magnitude of lambda, magnitude of a vector. Next, second point. The direction of a vector, the direction of lambda a vector, is same. The direction of lambda a vector is same as the direction of a vector. The direction of lambda a vector is same as the direction of a vector. How it is? See, we have the vector a vector. What about lambda a vector? Multiplication of vector by a scalar. How the direction it will be? It is also same direction. It is also the lambda a vector. Here we have the vector a vector. It is also the vector lambda a vector. It is in the same direction. Okay. Suppose if we have the vector a vector, the direction is like this. Then what about lambda a vector direction? It is also same, lambda a vector. Right? Where lambda is a scalar or a real number. Where lambda is a scalar or a real number. Okay. Now one more point. The direction of lambda a vector. The direction of lambda a vector is opposite of a vector when lambda is less than 0. That means what? If lambda value is less than 0, that means negative. If the lambda value is negative, then the direction of lambda a vector is opposite of a vector. See, here we have the a vector. Here we have the direction of a vector. What about minus a vector? Minus lambda a vector. Opposite of the direction of a vector. It is minus lambda a vector. The direction will be like this. Okay. The direction of lambda a vector. Is opposite of the direction of a vector. Okay. Here we have the direction like this. If it comes to lambda is less than 0, is nothing but what? Negative. Then it will be opposite of the direction of a vector. I will give an example. It is the vector a. Then what about the vector minus 2a? It is the vector a vector. Here lambda value is negative. That means lambda is less than 0. See, minus 2 is less than 0. Minus 2a vector is the opposite of a vector. Sorry, opposite. Okay, opposite of a vector. Now, if it comes to positive, the direction of a vector is like this, then what about minus 2a vector direction like this? Okay, opposite. Suppose if the vector that is 2a, then what about the direction? Direction is same as the a vector. A vector direction to a vector direction should be same. If lambda is not negative, if it comes to negative, if it is negative, then the direction is opposite of a vector. Hence, it is the multiplication of a scalar by a vector. Next, components of a vector. Next, components of a vector. Components of a vector. Let us consider three-dimensional space x, y, z. It is origin. The position vector of the point P. The position vector of the point P with respect to its origin. Is the vector OP vector. Okay, that is the position vector. Let us consider this as R vector. The position vector of the point P with respect to its origin is given by R vector. Okay, R vector. Now, hence, the coordinates of three-dimensional space is what? The coordinates of three-dimensional space. Suppose we know in our straight lines, in our first PU, that the coordinates of two-dimensional plane is x, y. Like that we will take. Similarly, here, what we are going to take from the point P? X, y, z. X, y, z. X, y, z. Okay? Now, here I will take the position vector r vector equals to see, we have the point x, y, z. I will take this in vector form. I will take this point, these coordinates in vector form. How I am going to take? You just listen. X, y, z will have x, y, z. I will take x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. X I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. It is the vector form. Right? Here x, y, z. Here x, y, z are called scalar components or rectangular components. Scalar or rectangular components. Okay. Next one. X I cap, y j cap, z k cap is what? X I cap, y j cap, z k cap are called vector components. Here we have I cap, j cap, k cap. I cap, j cap, k cap is what? I already told you in the first class itself. Unit vector is denoted by a cap. Like that, I already told you. Unit vector is denoted by a cap, b cap, c cap, like that. Similarly, I cap, j cap, k cap are the unit vectors. Hence, it is the components of a vector. Once again, x, y, z are called rectangular or scalar components. X I, y j, z k are called vector components. Here, I cap, j cap, k cap are the unit vectors. Okay? Let us consider one example. We have the vector A. Equals to 2i plus 3j plus 4k. Here is the vector 2i plus 3j plus 4k. We should not read like 2i plus 3j plus 4k. We should read 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap. Okay. Here I want to identify the vector components, scalar components, we have to identify in this vector scalar and vector components. See, scalar components are vector components. Sorry, scalar components are rectangular components. Scalar components. Scalar components. Next, vector components. Vector components. Scalar components, I already told you. The component of I, the component of j, the component of k are called scalar components. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 are the scalar components. Vector components 2i, 3j, 4k. 2i, 3j, 4k are the vector components. So it is the components of a vector. I hope you will understand these components of a vector form. Next are some note points we have. Kindly note down one by one. These note points are very important for to solve your problems. Next upcoming problems. Okay. Note points. The first one, the very first one. Here we have the vector A vector equals to, if A vector equals to A1i plus B1j plus C1k. Next, B vector equals to A2i plus B2j plus C2k. Here we have A vector and B vector. Then A vector plus B vector, that means sum of the vectors A plus B, A vector plus B vector. Add I components and next j components and next k components. Okay, you just add it. Here we have A1, A2, A1, A2. So A1 plus A2, I cap plus. We are adding first I components, next j components, next k components. Okay, I components, next j components, next k components they are adding. Next b1 plus b2, b1 plus b2 j cap plus next c1 plus c2, c1 plus c2 k. Hence it is the addition of two vectors. Next, what about the difference of two vectors? A vector minus B vector. A vector minus B vector, like A1 minus A2, B1 minus B2, C1 minus C2. Very simple thing. A1 minus A2, I plus B1 minus B2, J cap plus C1 minus C2, K cap. Okay, it is A plus B at A minus B. Next point. If the two vectors are said to be equal, then if and only if the corresponding components are equal or same. Two vectors are said to be equal. So two vectors are said to be equal if and only if the corresponding components are equal. The corresponding components are equal or same. Okay, it is the point important. You just remember it. It is the point important one. If A vector equals to B vector, if and only if the corresponding components are equal, how it will be? For example, we have the vector A vector equals to 2i plus 3j. Next, one more vector we have B vector equals to xi plus yj. Xi plus yj. Here, two vectors are equal. The condition I am giving for this, two vectors are equal. A vector equals to B vector. Then 2i plus 3j equals to next b vector xi plus yj. Two vectors are said to be equal if and only if the corresponding components are equal. I equal j like this. Therefore you just compare x equals to 2, next y equals to 3, y equals to 3. Hence it is the two vectors are equal. If the two vectors are equal, it is the condition. Next, third point. Very important point. Two vectors are said to be parallel. Then what is the condition? Two vectors are said to be parallel if and only if the ratio of the corresponding components are equal or said. Two vectors are said to be parallel vectors. Two vectors, it is a vector A and it is a vector B. Two vectors are said to be parallel if and only if the ratio of the corresponding components are same or equal. How it will be? See, we have the vector A vector. We have the vector A vector equals to A1i cap plus B1j cap plus C1a cap. Next, one more vector we have B vector equals to A2i plus B2j plus C2k. We have two vectors A vector and B vector. These two vectors are parallel. A vector is parallel to B vector. It is a symbol to represent parallel. Okay. A vector is parallel to B vector. Then the ratio of the corresponding components are same or equal. You just see the ratio of the I next j next k. The ratio is nothing but p by q form. A1 divided by A2 equals to next B1 divided by B2 equals to C1 divided by C2. Hence A vector and B vector are parallel. If these ratios are equal, then we can say that A vector is parallel to B vector. If these vectors are not if the ratio of this is not equal, then the vectors are not parallel. This is a point very important for your point of examination. On this answer, maybe he will ask 2 marks question also. Okay, you just remember this. Can you mark it as an important point? So two vectors are parallel. It is the condition. Okay. We have one more condition. That A vector is parallel to B vector. Then A vector equals to lambda times of B vector. Where lambda is a scalar or area number. Okay. We have the two conditions for this parallel vectors. You can choose anyone. Either this or either this. But I am going to choose this one. Okay. Problems also maybe solve in this condition. A1 by A2, B1 by B2, C1 by C2. Okay. This second thing, that's your wish. Next point. Suppose we have the vector A vector equals to xi plus yj plus zk. Xi plus yj plus zk. Then how to find the magnitude? Of A vector? Okay. Before that, we have discussed components of a vector. You just identify in this vector scalar components and vector components. Just observe. In this vector, scalar components is what? X, Y, Z. Vector components X, I, Y, J, Z, K. Okay. In this vector, how to find the magnitude of A vector? In this vector, how to find the magnitude of A vector? So magnitude of A vector is the square root of the sum of its squares of their components. Okay, squares of their components or squares of their rectangular components. X square plus y square plus z square. X square plus y square plus z square. Okay. It is the procedure to find the magnitude of a vector. So it is also important thing. You just mark it as an important point. Okay. Next point. Yes. Now we have if A vector equals to xi plus yj plus zk, then how to find the direction ratios and how to find the direction cosines? Direction ratios. How to find the direction ratios? Direction ratios is very simple. Scalar components or rectangular components are also called direction ratios. Scalar components or rectangular components are also called direction ratios. See the scalar components x, y, z. X, y, z are the scale. X, y, z are the direction ratios. Okay. Here we have the vector A vector equals to xi plus yj plus zk. Direction ratios x, y, z. X, y, z. Direction cosines. Then what about direction cosines? Direction cosines. I already told you in the first class itself. Direction cosines. How to find the direction cosines? There we have discussed that direction angles. Next, direction cosines. Direction angles alpha, beta, gamma. Direction cosines cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. Okay. If the angle is given in the problem, then we have to take the direction cosines for cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. Okay. If the angle is given in the problem, then we have to consider for direction cosines cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. If the angles are not given, then how to find the direction cosines? Only vector will be given in the problem. Then how to find the direction cosines? Here we have the vector. For angles we know direction cosines cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. Then here we have the vector. How to find the direction cosines? See x y. Here we have x, that is the scalar component, x I component, x, next y, x y z, x y z. Now direction cosines x divided by magnitude of A vector, y divided by magnitude of A vector, z divided by magnitude of A vector. Hence these are the direction ratios and direction cosines of the vector A. It is also important point, you just mark it. Whatever we have discussed in our previous two classes, the problems are not that much important for your point of examination. What we are discussing in this section, these points are the important for your point of examinations. Okay, if you don't know the basic concept of this, you find very difficult to solve the problems. Okay, you just remember this, you have to learn this, you have to practice this without making mistakes. You just practice. Okay, at your home you can practice these note points. Next, vector joining 2 points. I hope these points you understood well. Without making mistakes, kindly note down these points. If you have any kind of doubts, you website. In our college website, helpline numbers are there. You can contact me through that numbers. Next, vector joining 2 points. Vector joining 2 points. Vector joining 2 points. Vector joining 2 points. Okay, let the point A x1 y1 z1 and the point B x2 y2 z2. Let the point A x1 y1 z1 and the point B x2 y2 z2. Then the vector joining of A and B is AB vector. AB vector. How to find AB vector? How to find AB vector? Here, initial point is A, terminal point is B. How to find AB vector? AB vector equals to see AB vector. We just listen. AB vector. First, A is initial point. Second one is terminal point. Initial point, terminal point. How it will be? Direction is moving like this. Okay, direction is moving from A to B. From A to B. That's why A is an initial point, B is a terminal point. How to find AB vector? How to find AB vector? x2 minus x1. x2. Before that, we just write I cap plus j cap plus k cap. I cap, j cap, k cap. Okay. Vector form we are writing. Vector form includes I cap, j cap, k cap. Okay. Now AB vector we have to find x2 minus x1, x2 minus x1. Next one, y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1. Next one, z2 minus z1, z2 minus z2. So it is the vector joining of 2 points AB vector. Okay. Now you just say AB vector we have to do B minus A. AB vector we have to do B minus A. Terminal point minus initial point. Terminal minus initial point. Okay, B minus A. Suppose BC vector we have. C minus B we have to do. For vector joining of B and C is BC vector C minus B. Suppose we have CB. Suppose we have CB vector. How to find CB vector? B minus C. Okay, B minus C. For vector joining 2 points, also we have one more method to find vector joining 2 points. Okay, through position vector. See, let us take 3-dimensional plane x, y, z. It is origin. It is the position vector A with respect to its origin. It is the position vector B with respect to its origin. Okay. How to find vector joining of 2 points? By the alternative method. Alternative method also we have AB vector equals to what we have to do? B minus A. Position vector of the point B with respect to its origin minus position vector of the point A with respect to its origin. OB vector minus OA vector. You can choose any one, either this method or either this method. Okay, I am going to choose this one. This is the first one I am going to choose. First method I am going to choose the vector joining of 2 points. Okay, if you want to choose AB vector equals to OB vector minus OA vector, you can choose, but it will be little bit lengthy. Okay, it is the just what we are doing in a terminal point minus initial point. It is very simple thing. It is very simple one. Okay, I am going to choose this one. If you want to choose, you can choose this AB vector equals to OB vector minus OA vector. Suppose we have BC vector. How to find BC vector? OC vector minus OB vector. C minus B, OC vector minus OB vector. Suppose we have XY vector. How to find XY vector? OY vector minus OX vector. Like this, we have to find the vector joining up 2 points through position vector. Okay. Hence, these are the node points. Hence, these are the node points to find vector joining up 2 points, and also some points we have discussed, right? On the basis of that node points, we are going to solve the problems. Before that, we have to learn these node points properly. Okay? If you don't know these points, then you find very difficult to solve the problems. And also, you want to understand what I am doing in the problems. Okay? You just note down these points properly and clearly without making any kind of mistakes. You just write down in your notes. Now let us move on to problems. We have the first question. Find the values of x, y, z. Find x, y, z, so that the vectors, A vector equals to xi plus 2j plus zk, and B vector equals to 2i plus yj plus k are equal. It is the question we have. We have to find the values of x, y, z. What the condition given? These two vectors are equal. For equal vectors, if the two vectors are equal, then what is the condition? If the two vectors are equal, then what is the condition? I told you in the note point. If the two vectors are said to be equal, if and only if the corresponding components are same or equal, right? Here, given that A vector equals to B vector. See, equal vectors. These are already in the problem itself. A vector and B vector are equal vector. Then find the values of x, y, z. A vector is equals to B vector. Then A vector is given xi plus 2j plus zk equals to B vector 2i plus yj plus k. If the two vectors are equal, then the corresponding components are equal. I components are equal, next to j components are equal, next to k components are equal. Therefore x equals to 2. See, x equals to 2. Next, y equals to 2. Next, z equals to k component. What we have? Nothing is there. That means we have to consider 1. Z equals to 1. Hence, these are the values of x, y, and z. These type of problems are important for 1 mark. One more question we have. That question is homework for you. Same as it is. Find the values of x and y. Find x and y. If the two vectors 2y plus 3j and xi plus yj are equal. It is a problem. Homework for you. Very simple. By seeing the question itself, we can answer. Just see x equals to 2, y equals to 3. Very simple. X equals to 2, y equals to 3. That's it. It is the question. Homework for you. Next question. Find the magnitude of the following. How to find the magnitude? I already told you the square root of the sum of its squares of scalar components or rectangular components. Find the magnitude of the following. Third question. Find the magnitude of the following. A vector, first one, A vector equals to I cap, J cap, K cap. I plus J plus K. I plus J plus K. How to find the magnitude of A vector? How to find the magnitude of A vector? So how to find the magnitude of A vector? Magnitude of A vector equals to square root of x square plus y square plus z square. You just see magnitude of A vector equals to square root of I component is what? I component 1. Nothing is there. That means we have to consider 1 square plus j component 1 square plus next k component 1 square. 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square equals to square root of 1 square 1 square 1 square 3. Square root of 3. Therefore, magnitude of A is what? Root 3. Next, the second question. Second one, 2i A vector equals to 2i minus 7j plus minus 3k. Minus 3k. Okay. Now, how to find the magnitude of A vector equals to square root of I component square 2 square plus j component 7. It is not 7, minus 7 we have to take. Minus 7. J component is minus 7. Okay, minus 7 whole square. Minus 7 whole square plus k component is what? Minus 3. Minus 3 whole square. That's it. You just simplify it, you will get the magnitude. So it is the homework. It is homework. Similarly, third one, A vector equals to 1 by root 3i 1 by root 3i minus plus 1 by root 3j plus 1 by root 3j minus 1 by root 3k. Magnitude of A vector. Find out magnitude of A vector equals to square root of I component square plus j component square plus k component square. I component 1 by root 3 whole square plus next j component 1 by root 3 whole square plus k component minus 1 by root 3 whole square. Minus 1 by root 3 whole square. We know the simplification, that is equals to square root of 1 by root 3 whole square, 1 square by root 3 whole square, 1 by 3 plus next 1 by 3 plus here minus 1 whole square is plus 1 positive 1 by 3. That's it. LCM is what? LCM is 3. Numerator 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 3. 3 by 3 is how much? 1. Root 1 is how much? 1. Therefore, the magnitude of A is what? 1. That is equals to square root of 4. LCM is what? The denominator LCM 3. 3 is the LCM. Numerator 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. 3 by 3 cancel, that is equal to root 1 is how much? 1. Therefore, magnitude of A equals to 1. Hence, it is the procedure to find the magnitude. Next one, next problem. Let A vector equals to I plus 2j and B vector equals to 2i plus j. 2i plus j is magnitude of A equals to magnitude of B. Are the vectors A and B, are the vectors A and B equal? So it is a question important for 1 mark. Kindly mark it. The question number is 4th question. It is solution. You just observe the question. Here we have two vectors. Is magnitude of A vector equals to B vector? Are the vectors A and B are equal? A vector and B vector are equal. In this question, we have two questions. First thing is what? Is magnitude of A equals to magnitude of B? Next, we have to verify whether A vector and B vector are equal vectors. Okay. First find out magnitude of A and magnitude of B. Let us find magnitude of A equals to magnitude of A vector. I already told you magnitude of A vector. Here we have A vector. I component magnitude of A. How to find magnitude of A? Square root of I component is what? 1 square plus J component is what? 2 square. That is equals to square root of 2 square is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. It is magnitude of A. Next, magnitude of B. Find out magnitude of B. That is equals to square root of I component is what? 2 square plus J component is what? 1 square equals to 5. Therefore, magnitude of A is equals to magnitude of B. Here also root 5, here also root 5. Therefore, magnitude of A equals to magnitude of B. Therefore, magnitude of A equals to magnitude of B. In this question we have two questions, right? First one is what? We have to verify magnitude A also equals to magnitude of B, right? And second thing, what we have to verify? A vector and B vector are equal. Equal vectors is what? Same magnitude, same direction. Yeah, we know same magnitude. What about the direction? What about the direction? We just see we have A vector, B vector. A vector we have I cap. B vector we have 2 I cap. Here we have 2 j cap. Here we have j cap. Is these two are equal? Is these two vectors are equal? No, because here we have I cap plus 2 j cap. Here we have 2 I cap plus j cap. Therefore, but A vector is not equal to B vector. A vector is not equal to B vector. Hence, it is the solution. Okay. I hope you understand well. You kindly practice these questions at your home, and also you just recall and remember, and you just learn that note points whatever we have discussed in this class. Okay, kindly do not neglect this. It is the class for today. In the next class, we will continue. Okay, dear students, thank you.